And yes, from the depths of the Forsaken Scourge steps forth an undead priest known as DarkAgony.
I'll feast on your liver.
Alright, so just mucking around. You know me, I'm always playing around with different tunes, different characters. And so I started mucking around in Undead. I played the Arcane Priest to level, I think level 18, almost level 19. And she, you know, leveling wise, she wasn't really any different than just the wand leveling build. I mean, basically when I was doing my wand leveling build, I was doing very similar talents. It wasn't that different, you know what I mean? Hold on a second. You know, really, I think later on in the build it might be a little bit different, but early for the first, like, probably 25, 30 levels, it's not going to be too much different than the leveling build I used for just my wand leveling build. Because I still used star shards in my wand leveling build. Anyway, so I've been thinking about, the one thing I've always wanted to play, if I did play Horde, is an Undead Shadow Priest. Because I think they are pretty freaking amazing. And so here we are on an Undead Shadow Priest. Or, well, she will be a Shadow Priest. She isn't yet. And we're just playing around. We've only got 7 days until Classic World of Warcraft launches. And someone was talking about the date, the time being around 5 p.m. Eastern. I'm not sure. I have to verify that. I'm hoping that's correct because that's when I get off work. So basically I could actually just get off work on Monday and then I have the next 6 days off. I'm just checking something really quick. And yeah, I'm just playing around, just mucking around. The one thing, this character is an undead, and I don't have any undead on this server, so I have no money, I have no nothing. I actually had an undead warlock, but I deleted her, so and she probably had like a gold or two, so but I just didn't have enough slots on the server to accommodate that character, so we're not gonna have a wand or anything. This is gonna be ghetto leveling at its best. You know, we're basically just trying to just muck around, see what it can be like. Maybe get to like level 20 and see what it's like. Get some shadow spells. The one thing I was looking at, and I think the one thing with all the classes in Vanilla WoW, at least a lot of them, you'll find out is that, and I wish you could, the one thing I've always said about Vanilla is you can't pull up your talent tree until you actually are level 10. But the one thing you'll find out with a lot of classes, they are fun before level 10, before level 20, but they really don't come into their own usually until about level 30. That's when you get deep enough into the talent trees where you start to open up some pretty good abilities, or the abilities start to really have some synergy, you know, between them. You know, one ability may give you less pushback, so then your mind flay isn't being interrupted. You know, whatever. There's lots of different things that synergize well, but you just don't see that until you get to like level 30. Let's go ahead and take a look. And I was watching, you know, I never watch other people's streams, hardly ever. You know, I watch videos for like tips and tricks, or sometimes like, you know, good way to approach a character. But I always play characters the way I want to play them. But I actually pulled up, only because I was looking at Soda Poppin's YouTube subscription numbers, because there's a thing called Social Blade where you can compare YouTube sites against each other. And it's just fun to compare. You know, my site comes up as like a C+ on Social Blade, and I think Soda Poppin's funny. Strangely enough, only came up as like a B. You would, you know, like PewDiePie would be like an A+, but it has a lot to do with your views and everything. Hey, what's up, Kurt? Yeah, I know. I can't wait till Classic comes out, Marco. But I was looking at some of Soda Poppin's videos about Classic, the Classic beta, And I don't watch other streamers. I never watch streamers. Like, I never go onto Twitch ever. I hardly ever. I mean, maybe once every 6 months I might even go to a Twitch site, you know. But I went to Soda Popin's YouTube, and he had a video up there where it was like classic WoW beta, you know, first logging in, and it was funny. It was fun to watch him, you know, watch him log in, and just you could see, you know, how excited he was to play a game that he obviously loved growing up playing. He's a lot younger than me, but he obviously loved World of Warcraft. You know, when it first came out, it was fun to watch that. And he rolled like a horde female Tauren, and right away he's trying to explain why. Well, I'm rolling a female because, you know, she's smaller. She can fit through some spaces where a male can. I try to justify playing a female, which I think is funny because I play female all the time, and I don't feel any need to justify why. I just like the female. I like the way they look. I can't help it. I'm a guy. I like the way females look. Sue me. Yeah, so anyways, but it was fun to watch him to play and hear his reaction to stuff that he hadn't experienced. Because remember, a lot of the big streamers... Here, let me kill this music. It's way too loud. Hold on a second. I have way too many... There we go. So a lot of streamers like Soda Popin or someone, you know, bigger streamers like an Asmongold, they can't stream private servers because Vanilla will ban you if you stream on a private server. But, you know, I can do it because nobody knows who I am. I only have a few subscribers. I only have like 850 subs, right? So Blizzard doesn't care about me. But if I had like 1 million subs and I was streaming this right now, maybe right now they might not do too much because, you know, Classic WoW's coming out and they're like, well, who we don't care. I mean, Classic's coming out. That person's probably going to come play Classic, which I am, of course. I'm one of the people that really pushed for Classic. I used to tweet frickin' Mike Moore all the time. I was like, man, you gotta make a Classic WoW. You're just throwing money away if you don't. But I didn't stalk him. I thought about it though. I'm just kidding. But anyways, you know, so he could, you know, these people that have a lot of subs or people who are big Twitch streamers, they can't stream on a private server because they get banned. They would get banned. They have their accounts banned. So when you see someone like Soda Pop and get into the beta, you know, the World of Warcraft Classic beta, it was probably really the first time he'd played on those. I mean, for any length of time, I'm sure he logged into a private server before, but I'm sure he didn't ever really play it much because what's the point of spending all the time playing it when he's a streamer and he's got to stream other stuff? He makes money by streaming other stuff, so he can't half his day playing a vanilla private server because he needs to spend that time streaming stuff where he's going to help pay for his livelihood because he lives off of, you know, the money he makes while streaming. So anyways, it was just interesting to watch the reaction of someone like that who obviously loved the game when it came back out in 2004 and probably hadn't really played it much since then, so it's pretty cool. Just more stuff to get me hyped up, to get me excited, you know, for vanilla, for Classic, you know. Hey Marco, Kurt, yeah. I mean, I'm definitely. Here's the thing. I mean, we're rolling on a PvE realm because I don't want to level up my characters and be ganked all the time as an alliance, right? Because if you're an alliance, I guarantee you're going to get ganked a lot. But so we're on a PvE server, but I do want a PvP, and you can PvP on a PvE server just by flagging yourself up, right? And just telling people, hey, I'm flag PvP, and just letting them attack you. But it's not the same as, you know, being on a server where everybody's flagged all the time in certain areas, right? So what I'm thinking about doing is rolling, and that's one of the reasons why I'm playing this Undead Priest, is I'm thinking about rolling PvE with my guild, the Knights of Faith, on Pagel, but I'm also thinking about rolling like maybe an Undead Priest, Shadow Priest, on one of the PvP servers. Just, well, I won't spend a lot of time playing, or maybe like, you know, like an hour or two a day, as opposed to the other 8 hours I spend on the other server. But as far as the classes I'm going to play, I'm definitely playing a priest and a paladin on Pagel. Those are going to be my two main characters. And I'm thinking about doing a druid or a hunter as my third, but we'll see. I am intrigued by the shaman. I was watching. There was a cool thing where I was watching that video of Soda Poppin', and he was ranking classes. There was a website you can go to where you rank vanilla content. It'll say like, what's your, you know, how do you rank the different vanilla builds with classes, you know, as far as like duels, you know, what's the best class for dueling, you know, and it had all the different specs like Shadow Priest, Holy Priest, Disc Priest, you know, Fury Warrior, Arms Warrior, blah, Protection Warrior. And it was funny to see him say that he thought that shamans were actually pretty good, in dueling. I thought that was interesting. He also said that shadow priests were he said he had shadow priests and warlocks as number one. And I'm sure that has a lot to do with fear, obviously. But I was surprised that he had shadow priests right there, right at the top of the list, next to warlocks. If you guys watched the Classic WoW beta, the first one, there was a PvP tournament they put together, and the person who won that PvP tournament, there were some people that were like Snoke or Snook, I think his name is. Snuts, that's it. Snuts was in there, and he plays a warlock. He's actually won the Blizzard Arena tournament before. And Venriku was in there, and Venriku's a mage, and I think Venriku's, if he hasn't won a Blizzard tournament, Arena tournament, he's been a finalist. And so it was a single player, I think it was a double elimination bracket, I believe. Might have been single elimination. And actually the final match was Snuts versus Venriku, Warlock versus Mage, and actually Venriku won the fight. But it was pretty cool. I mean it just shows you that you can stream PvP content, and even in vanilla WoW where there is no arena, you can still stream it. And there was a cool thing on the same video I was watching with Soda Poppin', where they went down into the Garibashi Arena, down in Stranthorn Vale. And, every 3 hours there's a chest that spawns. And that area, once you go into that arena, even on a PvE server, I think it's PvP. You're flat, it's full PvP once you walk into the Garibashi Arena. And people go in there, and then a chest spawns, and people try to loot the chest. But you can be interrupted. If you try to pick up what's in the chest, if you get hit, it'll interrupt you. So you have to, fight and kill people until there's enough time for you to loot it. You know what I mean? And so people get big, huge battles together, right? Trying to loot that damn chest. And that was pretty cool watching. And it was Soda Poppin' versus Asmongold. And you guys know I'm not a big fan of Asmongold. And actually, he lost. They killed Asmongold, and then I think they respawned and ran back, and actually Soda Poppin' got killed. And Asmongold's group ended up getting the chest, but Asmongold was completely dead when they looted the chest. But it just shows you that even in vanilla, that content's very streamable, you know what I mean? It's pretty cool. But yeah, I'm definitely going to play a paladin and a priest. And there's a good chance I'll play a paladin and two priests. One priest on the PvE server and another shadow priest on a PvP server. Woohoo, level 7. Just to get a feel for playing shadow priest, because I played shadow priest a little bit in Burning Crusade, and I liked it. But I didn't do it a lot, because I ended up going, I think, discipline and being a healer, and healing a guy, a rogue. And we did priest rogue all the way to 1900, which back in the day was really good. You have to remember that as each expansion came out, and arenas every year, the new arena season came out, people just kept getting better at arena. They learned how to do it, and they learned the different rotations, the different tips and tricks. And so the top level teams would always get a higher and higher rating. And by the end of arena, you were seeing people with 3,500 ratings. But in Burning Crusade, when the Arena Season 1 came out, a good rating was right around 2,000. If you were 2,000 in Arena Season 1, you were a very good arena player. And I was right around 1920. So we actually did quite well. And I did get the Rival title, which is, I think Rival is top 10%. You're in the top 10% of players on your server. So not the best. It's top 1% or something, but, if you get the Duelist, I think you're top 5%. If you get Gladiator or whatever, you're top 1% in your battle group or something. But I had to create a macro. Just so when I'm killing. Of course, an Alliance person won't be able to understand it. But I'll be I'll feast on your liver. The cool part about the Undead, and this is something I've never done. I never played an Undead priest in Vanilla WoW when it came out in 2004. I was on Alliance the whole time. I was on Alliance. I might have created a few Undead here and there, but not much. I mean, I was hardcore Alliance. I love the Night Elves. I love the humans. This is back, when the game first came out, and the mounts and stuff. The mounts, even back then, we had the Tiger mounts, which were really cool. And I was playing a lot of Night Elves, and it was just cool. I didn't really have a desire to play the Horde that much, And all my friends went Night Elf as well. So everybody I knew who was playing the game was not Night Elf, but I mean Alliance. So it's just the way it worked out. Anyway, so it was cool. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. So now I'm actually really interested because I believe the undead, the undead priest has Devouring Plague, which is a DPS ability. Like I believe it's like a dot. Actually, maybe let me Google it. Well, you guys can tell me. I'm a noob when it comes to undead priests in vanilla, but I believe they have a Devouring Plague, which is like super OP from what I've heard. We'll see if it's a dot. Okay, so Devouring Plague, I'm going to read the tooltip here in a second once it comes up. Waiting for... Okay, so it is instant cast. Afflicts the target with a disease that causes 904 shadow damage over 24 seconds, caused by the Devouring Plague. So this is... Let's see, where is it taught by? Comments, screenshots. Let's look at the... So it's taught by a priest. So this is... What level? Does it say what level you need to be? Ranks, that's how much rank 6 damage does. Comments, no comments, taught by. But anyways, Devouring Plague, and it's like a dot. So, of course, being any kind of a warlock or undead priest or shadow priest, dots are the best spells you can have because they don't take much skill to apply a dot. You just target someone and cast a dot, right? To actually land all your mind flays and stuff without being interrupted takes a lot more skill, right? So, like on the Alliance side, you have... you have Star Shards, but that's nowhere near as powerful as like Devouring Plague because Star Shards can be interrupted. You just go up and hit the person, and you can fear the person. There's a lot of ways that you can even resist the Star Shard. Of course, you can resist Devouring Plague, but the Devouring Plague is definitely a much better ability for a Shadow Priest than like a Star Shards on the Alliance side would be. So, look at yes, I'll feast on your liver. I can't eat a rat. I wish I could eat a rat. Oh, that would be cool. Here, let's turn the volume up a little bit, guys. All right.
For the Forsaken, rend flesh with me.
You have to love the undead laugh, though. It's just so good. And look at this person, right? So look at my undead. You see this person coming at you, right? It's funny when I zoom in far enough, her eyes turn black. You see this person coming up at you? You can't tell me you wouldn't be a little nervous. Undead Shadow Priest laughing coming at you. And you're like, oh man, let me get the hell out of here. Oh, dude. It is a little intimidating. I'm not going to lie, man. We still need more Putrid Claws. I'm like running away. This is what happens when I'm on stream. I start having fun and I just completely get off get sidetracked. But we're just mucking around. This name pays homage to my brother. My brother had a warlock, an undead warlock named DarkAgony back in I believe it was Wrath of the Lich King. So. Look at this name, Facade. Something or other. So I'm paying homage to my brother here with a character that he had, Dark. I always thought that was just kind of a cool name, DarkAgony. Let's darken the surroundings a little bit and make it a little more gloomy. Actually, it looked better. Does it look better this way, you think, or... Let's let him die. Oh, I was gonna let him die. I tried to break out of the spell and let him die, but it was too late. Damn it! I wanted to see Fasal die for some reason because I'm evil. Because I'm evil. You guys know I am. You know I'm evil. Oh, yeah. I think I just had too much Mountain Dew. And of course the stream. Oops. Definitely going. You're going Warlock Ally PvP server, bringing it to the Hordes. Cool, yeah. I think Warlock's gonna be awesome for PvP. Hey, Onion, a man of culture. You're calling me a man of culture. Here we go. Yes, DarkAgony loves to bring the agony. Rend flesh with me. Hey, if I'm gonna play Shadow Priest, there's only one race I'm playing, and that's Undead, baby. Undead Shadow Priest for the win. Shadow Priest is one of my favorite classes in the game, but I didn't really get into Shadow Priest until I think Wrath of the Lich King. Burning Crusade, I was all about the Discipline Priest, because Discipline Priests were really nice in Burning Crusade, and I did a lot of PvP. And I didn't do Shadow Priest, I don't think, until Cataclysm. You know what expansion? And if you search on my channel for like Shadow Priest, just search on my YouTube channel for Shadow Priest, and you'll find a video of me playing a level 47 Shadow Priest in Mist of Pandaria, and I'm just destroying people in like Warsung Gulch because they were so OP. Shadow Priest in Mist of Pandaria, in that level range, really any level range after 20, up to about 20 to 50, they just dominated. They hit so hard. And even at 60, they were very, very strong. And just a lot of fun to play. Shadow Priest. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of weird if you think about it, right? Like Shadow Priest Night Elf, Shadow Mel. Yeah, actually, Shadow Priest Night Elf is pretty cool, and my Night Elf was my Shadow Priest was a Night Elf, I believe. If we went back to that video, I think it was. Yeah, if you search my channel for just Shadow Priest, you'll find it, and I'm pretty sure I was a Night Elf running around. I might have been a Horde though. I can't really remember. I just have to look it up. I think I was a Blood Elf actually. Can a Blood Elf speak? Yeah, they can. I think I might have been a Blood Elf. Here, let me search it on my channel real quick because it's actually a pretty funny video. And this is back it's just MOP. So when was that? Like 5 years ago or something, right? So if you go to my channel, let's see. Not that channel. Let's see, caffeine injected, and we search for Shadow Priest. Shadow Priest. We find a video called. You have to go down a little bit. It says Vanilla WoW. That's not it. MOP level 47 Shadow Priest Fun. That's it. It was recorded 6 years ago. And I am a Blood Elf. I'm a Blood Elf called Shady Faith. Dude, I had a blast. That was so much fun. Just rolling around in, in heirloom gear. Dropping bombs. Man, Mind Blast was just... You'd, dot people up and drop a Mind Blast, and it'd take, half their health off. I think all you had to do was get, Vampiric Touch Up. And, oh, man, Vampiric Touch Up was such a powerful ability in PvP. I'll feast on your liver. Feast on your liver. Why is it not showing? Oh, it is. It's not tracking. All it's tracking is corruption. That's weird. It should track both. I don't like that. That didn't look right. Yeah, I was just looking at the servers a few minutes ago, and I still haven't seen the new one they said they were going to open. Yeah, it still wasn't showing up. Am I ever gonna get this last putrid call? I've literally killed like about 10 of these guys. You know, they're still not giving it to me. Let's wait till we get some more, man. Here we go. No, give me that. The guy pulled 3. Should I let him die? How's he doing? Oh, he ain't doing too good. He's not doing too good. Oh, he's alright. He's a warlock. He'll be fine. Fat peanuts? No, the beta's not up. It was up though. I was in the beta and it was up last week for a couple days, but it's not up right now. I don't believe. At least it wasn't up yesterday. This is not the beta. This is Light's Hope. Light's Hope, which will be going down on the 24th. Yeah, they opened up a couple new ones. One in Europe. And one, they're opening up one here. I can't remember. It's got some weird name, but I don't see it in the list yet, though. So even though they say they've opened it, I don't think it's showing yet. It must be, though, because they said you can change your reservations. I actually went to Pagel and deleted one of my characters and recreated them. So you can certainly go and delete characters and create one on a different server if you want to reserve a name. I cannot believe I can't get this last putrid claw. They're just like messing with me. Ooh, bringing the pain. There's the putrid claw. Yeah, the new servers are, I was just looking at them earlier. Let's see. World of Warcraft Classic server list. Blizzard urges fans to switch servers. Herod massively overpopulated. Okay, so the new server to help people get off of Herod is Stalag. I have not seen that in the list. I'll have to go back and log in to see it, but I don't remember seeing Stalag. And then in the over in Europe, they were having the same problem over there as well. No, Stalag is the one. Oh, so they're calling it Skyrim because in the article it said it was Stalag or Stalag, whatever you want to call it. Parkour. Whatever. Yeah, I'm a dork. All right, so let's get some of this Darkhound blood. The blood is the life. The blood is the life. Here we go. I keep... Oh, I just tried to use a wand there. I'm trying to use a wand. I don't even have a wand. I don't even have a wand. All right. No, not... No, let's see, watch. Unlock. All right. The blood is the life. Good to see you, Fats. You gonna play Classic, Peanut? We should all play Classic World of Warcraft. I'll be on the, let me turn the sound down a little bit, it's too loud. I'll be on the server Pago, which is PvE, but I plan on rolling one Undead Shadow Priest on one of the PvP realms. I gotta check with my friend Volya, because I know he was talking about playing PvP as well, so I'll probably try to get on the same server with him. I just haven't talked to him in a while. I'll have to send him a private message on Discord. Let him know my intentions. Blizzard is not prepared. Whoa, kitty, you scared me. I didn't know what that was. I saw this big white thing coming at me. Oh, hi. Hi, kitty. Here, let me see him. Let's see if we can... Come here. I'm trying to get him to purr into the microphone. Oh, I died. I died because I was playing with the little kitten. I was trying to get the cat to purr into the microphone. Yeah, what did he do? Did you say? He didn't fart on the phone. He farted. I was trying to get him to purr into the microphone. Oh my goodness, how do I get out of Lordaeron? This way. It's been so long since I've been in Lordaeron. Let's get out of here. Yeah, I was holding the little kitten who's like 3 months old by the mic, getting him to purr, and he just caused me to die. They opened Sog before, and that one filled up too high also, so they opened up even more Onion. Is that true? They even opened up more? So Scarum and Blaumau. Oh man, how the fuck am I... Don't create servers called Blaumau, or... Well, it's like a French word. They should be using servers like... I mean, I hate that they always try to use names that are like in the lore. I mean, I guess it's okay, right? But why not have a server just called Blue Dragon? You know how many people would jump on a server called Blue Dragon? A lot. Maybe that's why they don't create them called Blue Dragon. They create them stupid names like Blaumu. Because what the fuck? I don't want to tell my friend, hey, I'm on Blaumu. You know what I mean? As opposed to saying, we're on Blue Dragons, dude. It's cool. Just come here. It's copacetic, man. Alright. Well, that was kind of bad that I let myself get killed. But these guys are level 9, and so he was hitting me pretty hard. I was trying to melee him while the cat was purring, and these guys melee pretty hard, I guess. But they're going to be good XP, I bet. So let's see what XP we get here. Trying to get to level 10. As you guys know, at level 10, yeah, see, I ran out of mana already. Ooh, boy. Give me... Now, if you look down below at my key bindings, one thing you'll notice that's interesting is this is a macro under the S key, so it appears as if that's a usable ability. See how it's white? It's not, though. And the way we can tell it's not usable is by the fact that... Here, let me show you this after I'm done fighting this bastard. See, this one up here above it is just a regular old, you know, powered shield that I just dragged onto this keybind here, which is shift mouse wheel up. But you saw that down below, it looks like it's white. And so, it's kind of confusing. And that's one of the reasons why I stack them like this. One, obviously shift mouse wheel up I use to shield other people in my party, and then the one below it always targets me and shields me. So, but it's nice to have the other one there just so I can see that when it's off cooldown, when it's available to me if I have enough mana. Just something that's kind of interesting in vanilla. Man, these guys are pretty tough to kill, though. And I don't have a wand, and I've got a whopping 7 silver, so let's see what else have we looted. We did get a ring. We got a beat stick. Nice. Ooh. It's actually a pretty sizable looking weapon. I do have a scroll of protection, though. Excuse me, and 1 healing potion. So yeah, I mean this... Oh man, I got another guy on me, son of a... Let's try to take this guy out. Alright, we're gonna go for a heal. I'm gonna try to melee this one down. And then we're gonna just dot this guy. And wait for our bubble to come back up. And bubble is up. And now we gotta wait for enough mana so we can actually heal ourselves. Oh, and we got a crit heal. Booyah! And now we can actually smite him again. Which one costs more mana? Shadow Word, Pain, or Smite? Shadow Pain's 25, Smite's 30, so let's just throw a Pain on him for now. And a Smite. Yeah, I think one thing that you're going to see is that Blizzard definitely, I mean, a lot of people were like, oh, it's just nostalgia. People are just harkening back to those good old days when the game was new and fresh. And I'm like, it's not just that. It's the fact that the game was good. And I played Vanilla Private Service the past 3 years. Why the hell would I play 3 years if it was just nostalgia, right? 3 fucking years I've been playing this, and I still love it. I still love it. Still love it. Like, every time I'm sitting around, I don't play for a day or two. I'm like, shit, I want to go log in and play some WoW. You know what I mean? It's that good of a game. So if you look at it from that perspective, Blizzard is people who say that are completely in the wrong. There's a lot more to it than just nostalgia, and I think most of us pretty much know that Classic, as long as they don't fuck it up. The one thing I'm a little bit concerned about is the fact that it is quite a bit. The mobs don't hit as hard, and they're a little easier to kill in the Classic beta than they are in private. But I think that's because private servers intentionally kind of made it a little bit more difficult. But as long as they don't start nerfing the content or doing anything stupid, just leave it the way it is. You know, what we've seen in Classic beta is fine. Just leave it that way. Don't fuck with it. As long as they don't fuck with it, which I have no confidence that that's what's going to happen. I fully believe they will fuck with it because it's fucking Blizzard and they're stupid. But as long as they don't fuck with it, then, it could be good. But yeah, I have no confidence in Blizzard when it comes to that. Not when you have jack-offs like JL and Brack and Ian Hazakostas running the company. What a bunch of douchebags. I shouldn't say that, but they are, man. They both suck. I mean, this is pretty tough stuff right now. I'm level 7. I did get the putrid task done, but I'm still a long ways away. I might as well turn these quests in, though. I'm going to need to clear my inventory down anyway. But I need to get to level 8 before I can learn my next thing. I think level 8 is... What is level 8? I think it's another heal. I don't think it's Smite. I already got Smite rank 2. I don't remember what level 8 is. I think it's just heal rank 3. Oh, Inner Fire. I think Inner Fire might be 10. Is it 8 or 10? And I'm not going to worry. I mean, the server's going down in a few days, so I'm not even going to be worrying about professions at all. I'm just leveling this character up to see if I can... to see what it's like, to get. I really want to get to Devouring Plague, which I'm hoping is just like Star Stars. It's like a level 10 skill. It'll get a level 10. So if I can get this character up like level 25, I'll be pretty happy. And then I'm gonna go over. If I get my character to level 25, I'm heading over to frickin' Lakeshire and I'm gonna start killing lions. This is what happens when you play a horde. Let's go gank some lions. I will tell you one thing. I do think the Horde have better mounts. I mean, the Alliance, when I first played the game, I thought they had best mounts, but the Horde do have the wolves, and they have some pretty cool mounts. I'm not gonna lie. I cannot find this other quest turn in for the life of me. I've run up and down. I've run into the cellar. I've run into every room. I don't know if this is just a questy fuck up. It can't be, because even here we've got Dark Cleric Barrel. Where is this guy? Well, let's just... Okay, where is he? Is he down in the cellar? man. I'm gonna look at the stream. Somebody want to tell me where this guy is? Hey Mason. Yes. You're hopeful of the classic. I think Onion. I think the people they pulled together for classic. What I liked, but one thing I really liked, is they said that they put out, like in the Blizzard company, they put out like a memo, or they put the word out and said, hey, we want to create a team that's going to put out World of Warcraft Classic, but we want volunteers. And I think that was a really good idea. So hopefully the people that are working on Classic are people who, they all volunteered for it. Hopefully they love Classic and they, they're very careful and are trying to retain the integrity of what the game was back then. And they do sign, I think it's good because I think it was flying under the radar, Onion. But here's the problem: if a Classic becomes super successful, then the powers that be at Activision are going to say, well, hey, we can do this to make more money. Let's start selling mounts, or let's start selling boosts. Let's start doing this. Let's start doing that. And that's what I'm worried about, Hey, Grumpy. Hey, I'm not too worried about it, Grumpy, because I don't think there's any Blizzard employees that are watching my stream. If they are, then, as long as you're not Ian Hazakostas or J. Allen Dick, Brack, then I got no qualms with you. Eating a cookie. Am I going to stream Classic? Yes. I am going to try to stream almost every single minute that I play Classic. So every time I log on to play World of Warcraft Classic, I'm going to try to stream it. I want you guys to see all the bad play I do, all the good play if there is any, right? I hope there is. And you get to see the Horde, and you get to see me playing a PvP. On the PvP server, you'll get to see me playing, on the PvE server as well. So there is this Dark Cleric that I have to turn a quest into, but I cannot seem to find him. He's got to be upstairs, I guess, but I have not been able to find this guy. It's really strange. Maybe he's like locked in a cabinet. Okay, according to the map, he would be right here. Ha! How did I miss this guy? I literally ran past this room twice earlier today, and I missed him somehow. It must be a complete... See what I'm talking about? Complete moron right here. You're looking at him, or at least listening to him. So yeah, I'm definitely going to stream as much as I can, Mason. And my buddy Asmongold, hey Grumpy, if I saw Asmongold in BlizzCon, I'd probably run up to him and just start laughing. I'm like, hey, you're Asmongold, right? What a douchebag. I probably would. I control when I want to, man. I got in trouble. Who did I get? I got in trouble at work once because this is a true story. So at work, the president of my company, and I won't tell you which company I work for, but I work for a multi-billion-dollar company, and the CEO of my company, on one of the social media sites that we run inside the company, said, "Hey, we're looking at building a new corporate headquarters." And I responded to his post saying, "Geez," I just said, "Hey, that's cool. It's about time." He called me up on the phone. The CEO of a multi-billion-dollar company called me up on the phone. It's like, "Julian, what do you mean by that?" So if anyone can stick their foot in their mouth, or trolls, or be a little bit trolly, that's probably me. Oh, I'd never be able to see him, Kev. I wouldn't want to see him. Would he have too many little fanboys around him? Does he have his little fanboy army? Would that be prevented? Would there be a bunch of little nerds that shield him? They create a boundary around him. The Asmongold army. What doesn't he have some sort of stupid name for his little army? Oh, that's too funny. Oh, I got another quest to turn in. See, I'm just having so much fun talking to you guys. I'm not even playing the game. I'm just like... New and improved WoW Classic 995 for the first minute. Hey Grumpy, do you remember back when the modems, like dial-up modems, there were games like that. I was looking at one of my old Dragon magazines, right? And a lot of you guys probably never had any Dragon magazines because you're not as old as I am, but Dragon magazine was a compendium, like a magazine that was put out that had content for a lot of the board games, a lot of role-playing games, Dungeons & Dragons, Warhammer, stuff like that. There were games in there that were played. There was literally play by mail. There was fantasy role-playing games that were play by mail. So you would literally write in your move. Okay, my warrior's going to do this, and you'd mail it to somewhere. I'm not even joking. And then someone finally got to the point where computers were good enough, and they created computer programs where you could log into a computer and type in your moves. You would just type them in. I attack or something. But a lot of those services charged you by the minute. You know, by the minute. You know what I mean? It would be like, okay, it was expensive. And of course, a lot of those internet services, way back in the day, you paid for every minute. Every minute you were online, you paid money. So you couldn't even game on the internet for more than like an hour or two because your mom, this is back when I was just a little kid, because your mom would kick you off because you were running up a $100 bill just for playing a game for 20 minutes, you know, or maybe an hour. You know, it was like $1 a minute. You know, $60 an hour, Jesus, you know. His pre-balding head would reflect the light and blind me. Oh, dude, hey Onion, if go to his original, go to his old YouTube and go to like his earliest videos, and he looks like some sort of I don't mean to be cruel, but he looks like a country back-ass bumpkin from the hills, you know, who's been inbred about 10 times. You know, I shouldn't say that, but it's just too funny. He's just too easy to make fun of. You know, God bless him for trying to be for being so successful as a streamer, but I'm not a huge fan. I think you can figure that out. I shouldn't be so cruel. I apologize. I have nothing against him personally, you know. I just think that the way he does his content is kind of silly, you know. And he makes a lot of his content, all he does is just comment on other people's videos. It's not like he's even doing anything. Asmongold reacts to this. Why do I care what you think? You know what I mean? All the people who watch my streams are immediately leaving right now. They're running for the hills. Oh my God, caffeine injected is a total asshole. Anyways, let me try to focus a little bit because I haven't been focusing at all. Obviously, let's try to get these bloodhounds done. This quest done. I would like to try to get up to level 20 on this character and see what the abilities are like on the Shadow Priest here on the Undead, so I can start feasting on some Alliance livers as I gank them into oblivion like the Horde always do me. This is what happens when you come in Horde. You immediately start being tainted. You start turning evil. You've seen it, right? But you've heard it right before your very ears right here tonight. I start playing an undead priest called DarkAgony. I just immediately start tearing people up, wanting to eat livers, and it's horrible. What were you saying, Grumpy? Let's see. WoW was like that? No, WoW was an additional minute, though. Like, World of Warcraft was like, you just paid the monthly fee. Oh, well, yeah. If you had a service where you had to pay. I was playing WoW on a, believe it or not, I believe I had an ISDN line. My brother had a job where he worked from home, so I actually had either DSL or ISDN. DSL is better than ISDN, but even back then, ISDN, which was like, God, what was ISDN? 128K? I think 128K. So I wasn't paying by the minute. I just paid. I think our ISDN lines cost us like $100 a month. Oh yeah, Onion. I'm not a big fan of either one. Soda's just Soda's a pretty stupid kid, to be honest. He's a very immature kid, you know. He's talking about smoking weed all the time, and you know, and he's just a kid. I mean, he hasn't even grown up yet. And anybody who grows up playing game and streaming, and that's how they make a living, it's going to be very difficult for them to really mature. You know, I have to get up and go to the office every day and deal with, you know, some pretty important people in a multi-billion-dollar company. So, you know, I guess it's really a multi-million-dollar. They make. I'm trying to think how much money they make during the year. They probably make in the billions over the course of a year, but each quarter they'll make, you know, no, they probably don't make $1 billion a year. You know, I'll have to Google that. They're pretty close though. Oh, is that what Soda does? Does Soda mass join an RP? I don't know. I don't watch either of them. I've just seen enough it's hard to miss them. When you're like use YouTube and you watch some other WoW videos, YouTube automatically will start throwing everything in your stream, and so they're going to start throwing popular WoW players, and so Asmon always shows up. I have to keep clicking and saying I'm not interested. Now he never shows up in my YouTube feed because I've clicked not interested so much that he doesn't show up anymore. But every time I watch even just one video of his, which maybe something will show up like Asmund Gold reacts to somebody saying they hate classic WoW, and I'm like, oh, okay, maybe I'll watch a minute of this just to see what this jerk off thinks, you know. And even just doing that, then all of a sudden his videos start showing up in my feed again. I'm like, damn it, I don't want to see all this crap, you know. Yeah, Soda Pop's got a lot of stuff, a lot of content. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of any of those guys. If you want to know the only streamers that I really do enjoy, I really like Nathan Napalm. You know, go to the Nathan Napalm channel. He does a lot of Pantheon content. He's just a great guy. I've played with him in EverQuest, in EverQuest 2. Super nice guy. Also, go to Fever. Go to Fever's YouTube channel. He's a real smart guy who does a lot of good videos on different types of games. Oh, what's that one guy? I'm trying to think of all the guys that I do watch. And I don't watch any on any kind of regular basis, you know. Punkrat's pretty good. I like Punkrat's videos. Supa Soka, or Supa Soka. He's a real nice guy. I like him too. He does some pretty cool videos. Yeah, Punkrat's cool. I like him. That's my baby's daddy. Yeah, I like Punkrat. Cargos's guides are good, but the only thing I don't like about his guides is he kind of puts them out there like this is like the best way to do it. And I don't really agree with that. You may have talked to who you think is the best players, or you'll say this guy collaborated for this guide, and just because you say he's the best or he says he's the best warrior doesn't really mean anything to me. And this is something I always talk about, is people should play the way they want to play. So yeah, his guides are great. I mean, no doubt about it. There's lots of great information. But sometimes you can kind of go a little bit overboard. And I think sometimes his guides are a little bit... I mean, most people... I mean, you got the min-maxers and stuff who probably really appreciate it. They're like, yeah, I'm going to do every single thing this guide says down to the letter. And so it's good information, but it wouldn't be my favorite guide. You know what I mean? It's not my favorite place to go. I'll go there if I'm looking for kind of information that I might not know, you know. There's a few things he talked about with some class. Like if I'm going to play a class that I've never played before, like a shaman, I would go to Cargos's guide because of the fact that I know he's going to do a really good detailed guide that shows a lot of different things that I know I wouldn't know since I never played the shaman. But if I went there and looked at one of his hunter guides, I would find myself offended because I've played the hunter so much that I have a really good understanding of the hunter. And sometimes they will show you stuff that you just learn by playing the class. You know what I mean? If you play the class for 6 months, you automatically auto-weave your auto-shot. You automatically let your auto-shots land. You automatically know when your auto-shot's going. You build internal timers into yourself to handle that stuff if you're a good player. You don't have to sit there and install an add-on that says, oh my god, my auto-shot's coming. I mean, you just know. I mean, you know, it's the same thing playing in PvP. If you play PvP enough, you don't always have to look at when your timers are coming up. I mean, you're going to glance at them every once in a while. But most of the times, within like 5 or 6 seconds, you pretty much know. You know, your body builds up like an internal timer because you've just played the classes so long. You know what I mean? You know, there's just some things like that where I'm kind of like maybe not completely on board, but he does do very good guides. I do like Cargos's guides for sure. I just don't want to say that they're the end-all, be-all. You know what I mean? I like it when people show you lots of different ways. Like they'll say, "Oh, here's what this great player says. You could play it this way, but you could also do this or do that." I like it when they just give you a lot of different options. I think Cargos does do that as well. So he does a good job. I says as far as like in-depth guides that cover most aspects of a class, I think Cargos is probably the best guides I've seen. I just want people not to get overwhelmed, you know, with too much information. If you've never played a class before, like if you go play golf and you've never played golf before, someone's like, okay, keep your elbows straight. Well, hold it back, bend your knees a little bit. Don't swing too fast. You know what I mean? They're going to tell you like 20 different things and you're going to totally suck. So sometimes you have to like focus on a few simple things up first and then build from there. Oh my god. Alright, so let's take a look at my quest log again. Gordo's test. I can never find these damn Gordo's tests. You're pissing me off. Alright. The Insignia Marines are actually pretty tough at my level. I still need another Darkhound Blood. I don't remember what the level the Grave Robbers are. So, let's just try to get the Darkhound Blood and we'll head towards the Grave Robbers. I was doing the, well, we could do the Scarlet Monastery guys, but they were pretty tough. Just killing one of them pretty much oomed me. Excuse me. I am actually stocking up on some spring water, which is good. Because I haven't really been using Mana Drink too much. Yeah, if you want to watch someone for speed leveling, don't watch me. Actually, you know, I will say I watched one of Soda Poppin's videos for the first time ever. I was talking about it earlier today, and he said one thing which I thought was really interesting and cool. And you know, the reason I have a love-hate relationship with Soda Poppin, I think he's kind of a douchebag, and I think he's really immature. But the one thing I like about him is you can tell he loves the game. That's the one thing I like about Soda Poppin. If you watch him play, you can tell he really loves World of Warcraft, and so that's the one thing about him that I'm like, okay, he's, you know, at least he really, he's not trying to fool anybody. He's not trying to play something. There's streamers out there that'll play games they don't even like just because they know it's a popular game. You know what I mean? And one thing he said was when he jumped into the classic beta for the first time, and this is a popular streamer, so it's not like he's streaming private servers because he'd get banned, right? So he couldn't really do that. So he probably hasn't played a whole lot of, you know, vanilla WoW. And he said a couple things that were really funny. One thing he said, he started logging into the classic beta for the first time, and he goes, retail WoW, goodbye. He just goes, retail WoW, goodbye. Pfft. Like, you know, he was playing retail WoW knowing that he didn't even like it. You know, he played retail WoW just because it was the only version of WoW he could play and stream. But you could tell he didn't like it, so I thought that was kind of cool. And then the other thing is he got in there and he's like saying, "Oh, I got to level fast. I've got to level fast because I really hate that I have to level fast." He goes, "I really just want to take my time and enjoy the game." He goes, "But I can't because I got to level fast and stay ahead of everybody and, you know, be the streamer who, you know, I mean, there is pressure on streamers to level up and to keep up with everybody else. You know what I mean?" Oh, do you like Ninja? Here, let me go back and read this. I'm just kind of missing the stream here. North, I like. I don't know who North is. I don't follow his guides to a T. The streamers are like the media. They spend too much time talking about each other. It develops kind of a groupthink. Yeah, that's true. I think if you get in a certain circle and you hear the same things over and over again, you start thinking it's all true. And you just have to be careful. That's all I'm saying is with Cargos' guide, they are good. But because he's listening to people that are the de facto supposed experts, he's taking it on that merit alone. We don't know that they're the experts. Just because they say they're the expert doesn't mean they're the expert. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm sure that, and most of the stuff I've seen in his guides is very good. But I'm just saying, be careful. You know, don't always believe everything you read. You just try stuff out for yourself. You know, get yourself some damage meters. You guys will see me go in here and, you know, here, you'll see me like look at my damage numbers and play around with different rotations and just figure out, you know, what works for you, you know. This damn thing's not moving. Sometimes KTM can be a real pain in the butt. See how it's like locked right now? Ah. It could just be that this is too close to it. No? KTM, you're pissing me off right now. Nah. And it's not, it's KTMH? KTH, right? It's got some stupid, it's not, oh, I guess it is KTM. KTM, how about reset? KTM test states, THS local, enable, disable. I don't know. KTM's being a butt. Let's close it down. KTM. Oh, there it is. KTM GUI reset. All right. Is there a thing that locks it? What the fuck are you doing? I'm hoping that there's no like locking thing on here. That I've inadvertently locked it. Okay, I can move that window. Master target. Let's click it on me. Yeah. Oh, this is really annoying. Reset, scale, view, change, pin, maximize buttons. Oh. Make it big. I thought if I made it bigger, I could get a... I don't know. We're just going to close it for now because it's being a butt. Fix it later. Yeah, I think it is a little bit of min-maxer's onion for Cargos, but again, I go to his guides all the time. I mean, there's good, useful information there. Yeah, the Burning Crusade is the one thing with the Burning Crusade. The reason a lot of people pick that is because of arena. Remember, there is no arena in Classic, and in Vanilla WoW there's no arena, so that's why you're seeing a lot of people are picking. But the Burning Crusade is awesome. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, if I really had to say what's my favorite I really love the Burning Crusade. I probably would say Burning Crusade is my favorite too, but there is a lot about Vanilla that's really good too. So the good thing about the Burning Crusade is they fixed a lot of the bugs that were in Classic and Vanilla, and they slightly increased the textures of the models. So the models are a little smoother and look a little nicer. And then they added Arena, which is awesome. And then they added some really cool dungeons. I mean, there's some really cool dungeons in the Burning Crusade. You know. And I love Shatrat, to the south of Shatrat City, that big, huge circle down there with all the spiders and, and just it's just so cool. And Negron's one of the coolest zones ever made. It's just such a beautiful zone. And and the swamp, whatever it's called. What's the swamp called? You guys can tell me because I can't remember. I'm blanking on it right now, but the swamp is just awesome. There's just so many cool zones, Yeah, I think Onion, about Cargos. Yeah, I'd be a little hesitant to say go to Cargos's guides because it might, like I said, it might overwhelm them a little bit. All right, well, I guess I did finally get that blood. Let's see. Let's try to take out, I guess, the Scarlet. If I'm not paying attention, obviously I'm not paying attention, but I need to start paying attention if I'm going to grind these guys out. Oh, it's going to be hard to get off my smites with him knocking me on my butt all the time. He's going to interrupt this heal. Here it comes. Oh, he didn't. Yep, there it is. Every freaking time. Oof. And of course. Not enough mana. Yeah, Zangarmarsh. Thanks, Grumpy. I like Zangarmarsh a lot. I like most of the zones in Burning Crusade. I liked. And let's face it, the first flying mount, the drag, grinding for the dragon was pretty cool. The Blood Elves were a pretty cool race. All in all, Burning Crusade is a really good expansion. And you are not prepared. You're go to the black. I mean, just trying to get the Warglaives of Azzinoth. Oh my god. And I've got dual Warglaives of Azzinoth on one of my rogues, but those are so hard to get. Like Grumpy, you were saying Cargus put up a serious site. What version of WoW would you play? He was shocked and couldn't understand why anyone would think that. Oh no, I mean, like I said, even for me, it's tough. I would give Burning Crusade the nod, mostly because of the arena and just the level design, and because the graphics were better. The graphics were better. The level design was better. In a lot of the levels, I thought was better. And just having arena was just, and the arena gear was so cool. And the gear in general, remember, the gear in Vanilla WoW doesn't really look that good, right? I mean, look at the Paladin. His gear looks pretty shitty. Right? But when you got into Burning Crusade, they really improved the gear, the set gear. They really came up with a lot of new set gear that looked really nice. And professions were improved, I think, quite a bit. So I really think Burning Crusade is now that I think about it, I mean, how could you not vote that being the best version of World of Warcraft? And I really hope that the vanilla is classic is a huge success and that they come out with a Burning Crusade server. I would love to see them come out with a Burning Crusade Wrath Lich King and stop right there. To me, once you get past Wrath, it's just garbage. You know, I don't want to see anything past Wrath. And I played on a Wrath server. Like, there's a Wrath server that I've got on my hard drive here, my computer here. And whenever I play on it, I there's a lot of things about it I don't like. That you could already see even in Wrath how they were dumbing down the game and how they were, making it, catering to the Care Bears and just making it all the millennials can easily access Wrath Lich King because a lot of the content started to get a lot easier. Now the dungeons and raids were still pretty difficult, and they were already starting to take away some of the mechanics that I really liked about Classic and Burning Crusade. I really liked in Burning Crusade was in the first season of Arena. There's so much variety. There's so many different interesting builds you can run. Like later down the road, they started changing talents and stuff. And it really started screwing up the talents such that you kind of had to go down a certain path. You're like, well, if you're going to play this place, you pretty much have to run this build. If you're going to play a Shadow Priest, you pretty much have to run this build. I was running a tri-spec. I was literally running with a rogue and a priest, and I had Mind Flay. I was basically a healer who had Mind Flay. And it wasn't the best build, but it was fun as fuck. And it also was really cool because other teams wouldn't really expect it. Like the Druid would try to, we'd start to blow up. We'd go up against Druid Warrior all the time because that was like basically the number one combo in Burning Crusade for Arena for twos. And we would get the warrior where he's almost dead, and what I would do is I would run over and fear the druid, and then when the druid would try to shapeshift into kitty form to run back to get in range to throw his heal on the warrior so the warrior wouldn't die, I would just mind flay him. And it would slow him down enough that a lot of times he couldn't get back in time, in range to heal. Because that's what we were always planning on, was that my fear would, because the fear in Burning Crusade was so much fun, because you never knew what was going to fear the guy. It might fear him directly right towards his player, or it might fear him in completely the opposite direction behind the a tomb or behind a column or something until they LOS him so he can't even get back and heal his his player. And so if you get that kind of a great fear where he puts him in a really bad situation, then you run over there, and when he comes out behind the column and you mind flay him, it makes it even that much more difficult. So there was a lot of really fun things you could do in Burning Crusade. We got to get this priest up. We got to get getting some shadow stuff. I want to start melting face. Melt face. Melt face. No. I keep ooming every time I kill one mob. I go oom. Yeah, I don't really like Ninja, the streamer Ninja. I've only watched I didn't really watch any of his streams. I just saw him in that stupid one of the New Year's celebration in China or somewhere where they hired him to come out there and he was trying to do some Fortnite try to get the crowd to do a Fortnite dance or something, and he just looked like a complete utter idiot. And I actually installed Mixer and tried to use Microsoft streaming service, but I can tell you right now, they got a long way to go, man. Microsoft streaming service is pretty shit right now, in my opinion. It has a lot of problems. So I'll stick with YouTube for now. Hopefully Microsoft will get their stuff in order, because I really don't like Twitch. Yeah, I love engineering. And if I was going to do a Shadow Priest, I would. I mean, pretty much you can do any PvP character. You kind of want to go. You pretty much want to go engineering. There's just too many good trinkets and things you can get. I'm still mad that KTM was fucking up, and I don't understand why. KTM, GUI, show. This happened once before, but I just kept clicking, and I found a a spot that for some reason worked. If anybody knows why I can't move this KTM window in the stream, please let me know, because I don't know what's going on. Oh, there it is. It's this. Oh, that's it right there. I had no idea there was a pin. Look at that. I'm a noob. I am a total noob. Okay, well, at least it was an easy solution. Can't believe you guys didn't tell me. It's fucking pinned, you idiots. Let's track on my shield. Let's turn off Bush Watcher now until I can figure it. I'm out of mana. That's right, baby. 1 second, 1 second. One of the things I did in later versions of WoW is I would use Tell Me When to see this weakened soul effect. I would create a little tiny box here on the bottom left of my feet here. That way I could see the weakened soul effect, and I always knew right when my shield dropped. Because now I have to look up to the right corner of the screen. It's really annoying. But I could just have it down here, and that way I could get it up right away as soon as it dropped. Really important in PvP in Arena to keep that shield up as soon as it's dropping. Yeah, let's get some mana back, I guess. Daily quests. If you've watched me play, you'll know that I really hate quests. I like active open events, open world events, or unique quests. I think a quest should never be repeatable. I mean, I honestly believe that no quest should ever be repeatable. It's like a quest is like a unique event, and once you've done it, you've done it. You know, if I have to do the same quest twice, it feels repetitive, and I don't want anything in an MMO really. I mean, you know, killing mobs and stuff, of course that's going to be repetitive, but I don't want a quest to be repetitive. When I make my game, there'll be no repeat quests. It's not going to be any repetitive quests. Man, I seriously need to get to level 10 so I can get my, my mana regen ability, whatever. Oh, man. And just think, mana regen's supposed to be lower in Classic. I didn't really notice it, but I wasn't playing a caster, so... Actually, that's not true. I did play my Paladin. But she wasn't really doing a whole lot of casting. She was just auto-attacking. Come on, give me a ring. Give me lots of rings. Well, let's see if I can get in a group with somebody. That'll make this go a lot easier. He's level 11, damn. His name is Low Pro. Damn. Oh, he's just crushing these guys. A big crit. He's warping all over the place. Low Pro. Look at him. He's like warping everywhere. Look at that. Look at him warping everywhere. Holy crap. What is he like? He's a rogue, right? Man. He's doing some good. Gee, I can't even keep up with him. He's warping around so much. That's one of my. I'm pinging 112. Ah, Mr. Lopro, let's give you a bubble. Captain Perrin. Can't even see this guys. There we go. Let's fix this. He's like way up here. Boop, boop, boop. Poor guy. Must have either a really bad connection or I don't know what. Come on, Low Pro, or whatever your name is. Let's head back door. Come on. Let's backdoor these guys. You want to do that one? That's alright, we can kill this one. However you want to do it, bro. Ah. I'm not getting any of those damn quest items that I need, unfortunately. Man, he's warping. Yeah, what is this? Is this water? Please be water. Oh, it's food. I guess I'll take food. I really need water. I've got a whopping... Oh, I got 15 silver. I didn't even think I had that many. I thought I was going to have like around 10. They just do not want to give me these rings. What is it with these guys? Oh, he's pulling multiple mobs. Oh, look at this big ol' druid coming by. God, I cannot get these rings. Vanilla WoW at its best. Amber. How you doing, Amber? Oh, we got multiple mobs. Oh shit, he's pulling 3. Okay, alright. Well, let's not heal. It's just going to drag them all onto me. It would, too. We can heal now that there's only one left. Hi, Amber. You okay? Huh? Oh, he did? Good. Love you, babe. Okay. What, is it that late? No. Well, you can leave, man. I'll probably put him out, though, after a while. Because he climbs all over the desk. Yeah, you can let him in. I'll take a little break from this in a minute, and we'll spend a little time with the kitty for a few minutes. I know! They should. I mean, being in a group shouldn't prevent them from dropping, but ever since I got in a group with this guy, I don't think I've gotten a single ring. Yeah, I don't understand why they're not dropping. I mean, I have seen being in a group shouldn't matter. It really shouldn't, but sometimes I've seen where it does. Yeah. See, look, and there's a ring, but he'd already killed that mob. I got a little kitten walking across the keyboard just about. What's up, Amun Ra? Hi, kitty. Here, just don't step on the top of me. He loves to jump down on the computer and hit the power button and turn it off. Yeah, I'm gonna have to put him out of here. He's just, unfortunately, there's so many things in my room. I have all these little, like, you know, figurines and cool little things. He's like, oh, let me tear up this dragon figurine, or let me tear up your collector's edition books. Oh, level 8! And I got the, yeah, it's just, look, and I got the ring. Yeah, I definitely hit my trainer now because we should be able to hopefully get something new. Oh, no, he's just sitting there, so he's being good. Yes! Hey, Grub, yeah. Amber's going to bed. I'm gonna run into town real quick and go say goodnight to my girlfriend. And then I'll be back. And I want to get to 10 at least. I want to get some shadow. Shadow. What else do we need? All the other ones are over here. I remember doing these guys at the mill's overrun. Oh, jeez. I can remember dying there a few times. That area is actually pretty difficult. You gotta be careful. I gotta reload this window. But anyways, if you guys are watching on the stream, I want to say thanks for actually watching, because yesterday was the highest amount on Sunday. It was the highest views I've ever received on a stream. And it wasn't even close. I mean, I had like, for like, you know, one stream, I had like 3,400 or something views or something. It's actually the most I've ever had. If I could ever get to 1,000 subscribers, I actually might make a couple dollars, you know, like. All right, let's see what we got here. 9 armor, 6 armor. Don't need that. Don't need that. Actually, yeah, I can cook this stuff up if I have cooking, but I don't have cooking. So, yeah, we'll get rid of it. Yeah, do the dishes. I already did the dishes earlier, man. I'm gonna take a little bit of a just